another video tutorial for the NeXt school. And here we're going to look at the amazing tool of Twitter. I would say on a personal level, Twitter for me is by far my greatest tool for professional development. In fact, I would say it's so far ahead, I couldn't even tell you what second place is. It is an amazing tool that I can use to professionally develop at any time I want and to create professional learning networks that far exceed what I can in my own school, that far exceed what can happen within the board because it's worldwide. And I'm a member of many different Twitter circles and things like that that extend well beyond North America, and I get some great insight from this. So it's an amazing tool, and it's incredibly simple. And again, the best part about it is it's incredibly mobile. In fact, I hardly ever use it on my computer, and I'm almost always on it with my cell phone or tablet. So again, it's really easy to start. You can go into Twitter, and this is just the basics. We'll get into this a little bit more detail later, but this is just the basics of the advantages of why you might want to do it. Again, just go to Twitter, twitter.com. Create your own. All you need is an email address. You can create your own Twitter account really quickly, put things up, and then we can go from there. I'll show you what mine looks like a little bit. This is what it'll basically look like when you get in there. These are all, and you can start following people. One of the best things about it is your circle of people can grow rather quickly. So for instance, if someone was to start following me, what they could basically do, so here's how it works. I'm following 135 different people. So here's a list of all the people that I'm following. So there's some great educators in here, and there's some really great contacts in there. So what I could do is simply pick one of the people that I'm following. So all you need to do is really start following one person, and then from there find out who they're following. So I'm going to pick, this is one of my mentors here, who's from New Jersey. This is a Twitter circle that I'm in. So I can click on him and find out his profile and all his stuff. But then I can look at who he's following. And he's got a list of all, and then there's all the people that he's following is here. And I can choose to follow them. So I can choose to follow people from there that he recommends or that he sounds good. So all you need to do is really find one person that you follow that you think is good, and then go from there and start following them. What I like about it too is that this is a great way for me to keep my records of the stuff that I'm interested in. So as I read things online, as I take pictures, as I share ideas with people, I can keep them here. So these are pictures that I've tweeted from different events and different things happening around the board and in my own personal life. So for instance, I wanted to keep a picture of the NeXt desk. That was a creation by John Naughton. That was a part of the Project NeXt. So I took a picture of that. That's always there. I'm going to keep that. And I don't need to have that on my phone or anything like that. It's always there. I can always get access to it. Also, here's all of my tweets. I've tweeted 444 times. And this is about a year, maybe a year and a half old. I've been really tweeting quite a bit. So there's some great stuff in here. So for instance, if there was an article that I really liked or a tweet. So here, for instance, this Tom Barrett, one of the people I worked with. In my workshop today, together we created this great resource for teachers and educators. So he created a Google document, a Google Drive, really, with about a bunch of different stuff. All I have to do is, if I retweet that, it's there, I can access it. So now I will always have access to this piece of resource that I liked. And he's actually changed this since he did it, so there's some more stuff in there. So that's fantastic. Here's a link to a blog that I really liked, this Google Voice. It was an interesting idea for Google. I like that article. It's always there. All I got to do is click on it, so I can go back to it. I don't have to keep the address. I don't have to save it anywhere. All I got to do is tweet it out, and then I see it. There's Luke McPherson, one of our great TCDSP teachers. He has a blog that he maintains. I retweeted one of the things that he talked about. And so here's a great article he has on respect. So I always have access to that stuff. So Twitter really is a great repository of my own ideas, of what I'm finding interesting, of what I'm doing. The great thing about it too is it's constantly being updated with people adding things. So you can see here there's great stuff from Will Richardson, some of the great educators that I'm following. I follow a couple of my sports people too, but there's great things in here. So really, all it is it takes a quick to set it up. You can set it up, and you can get some help from people on that, and we'll create some videos that show you how to set it up. but I see it as an amazing opportunity to reach out. Um, you can look at the people that I'm following, and you see people from all over the world. So we have, this is a principal from New Jersey, from Columbia, South Carolina. There's people from all over the world who are here. Camille Rutherford is a professor at Brock, and they are constantly coming up with some great ideas. And it is by far, and like I said before, there's not even a second place for the amount of professional development and things that you can discover on here. Even the bigger companies, Discovery Education, the Globe and Mail, they all have stuff here. There's great news that comes through here. Again, news is really handled through Twitter now because it's instantaneous. So you're not waiting for the newspaper to come the next day or the 6 o'clock news. You're getting news instantly to the second of when it's happening and when it's being reported. And there's great ways to reach out to people, to create things. You can follow different hashtags and connect with different people. That gets a little bit more complicated, and we can get into those things as we move forward. But again, the idea of Twitter, even if you're using Twitter just to get the word out. So if you're an administrator and you want to get the word out about your school and the amazing things that are happening, create a Twitter account. You can start tweeting right away. It's basic, 140 character maximum. So it's really, really quick. You add in a picture, you add in a link to your school website, and all of a sudden it's expanding. And you'd be surprised how fast your followers can get up. I'm at 200 now. I would suspect that'll go up a lot more. I haven't really started using it until the last 6 months, maybe a little bit longer than that, maybe a year. And that's gone up quite a bit from there. But you'd be surprised how fast that can grow. And it's an amazing tool, like I said, and it's incredibly simple. There are some things you want to make sure that you're doing it professionally. So I would recommend that you're only following people that you would want other people to know you're following, because remember, they can see what you're following. So you may want to have an account that's just for professional stuff. So all you're doing is following professional, educator stuff. That might be what you're doing with it. Just to make sure that you're tweeting things that you want everyone in the world to be able to see. Because remember, if someone on your Twitter, you may say I only have 20 Twitter followers, but if someone on your list decides to retweet your stuff and they have 2,000, you can see how it can get going pretty quickly. But again, an amazing resource. You can have access to a lot of things, and you can just share your ideas. As this next school mentality sort of grows, definitely centrally we'll be collecting people's accounts and following and being able to forward things, and all of a sudden you'd be surprised how fast we can have an amazing network of things happening. Very, very exciting tool, and something that is so easy and so simple. Again, like I said, I hardly ever use it on this computer. It's always on my cell phone, always on my tablet, and it's stuff that you can do instantaneously. Great way to share with your staff about what you're learning. A great way for teachers to share with your students about things that you're doing and ideas that you have. A great tool. Again, we'll get into a little bit more detail as we move forward. Thanks so much. Again, if you're thinking about it, Twitter is a great way to become a NeXt school.